All right. So, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to today's class. Today, we are starting with duplicate removal. As the name sounds, when you have your data, it may contain duplicate. That is having a particular data set repeated more than once. And in most cases, you will not be able to work with a duplicate. So, it is essence that when you have your data set, check for duplicate. And then when you see duplicate, you filter out the duplicate so that you'll be able to work with unique values. So in Excel, there are about 4 ways in which you can remove duplicate. You can use duplicate remover using duplicate remover tool. You can use the pivot table to remove duplicate, and then you can use the unique function. If you are using a lower version of Excel, maybe 2007, 2010, and so on, you may not see the unique function there. But I think from 2019, we have 2019 and above, you should be able to see unique function in your Excel. So let's see how it works in real life, the duplicate removal. Now, we have,
Hello, sir. Sorry to cut you short. Before you said four ways that we
yes,
can remove. What are the
yes,
4 ways?
okay, I'm coming, please. Yeah, I said about 4 ways. Now you can use number one, you can use advanced filter tools to remove duplicate. I will show us advanced filter tools, and then you can use the duplicate remover, you can use the pivot table, and then you can use the unique function. Those are the 4 ways that you can use to remove duplicate in Excel. Do you understand, sir? So let's see how it works. Now we have this data set. This is the data set we want to use. Now, in this data set, we have the staff ID, the first name, the last name. We have the email, the hire date, and the monthly salary. Now, we want to check for duplicate. So let's see the number of the data. I want to take it from top to bottom. Now, the count is about 356. This data set is about 356. So let's see whether it contains duplicates so that we remove the duplicate and then we work with only the unique values. Now, number one, let's remove duplicate using the duplicate remover tools. Do you understand now? We want to use this now. So simply go to your data, click anywhere in your data. But I want to recommend that before you use this, make sure you have a copy of the original data set. Have a copy of the original data set in case you want to make reference to it. I will show us what I'm trying to say. Now, just click anywhere in the data set and go to data. Click on data, and then you see duplicate remover. Duplicate remover. So click on duplicate remover. It will pop up like this. And it will ask you that you want to select all, that is all the headers. No, our header, we have staff ID, first name, last name, email, hire date, and monthly salary. And you can see that all the header have been automatically selected. So do you want to select the everything? Yeah, in most cases, yes. Or you can say unselect all, and then you can pick the columns that you want to select. But in this case, I want to select everything, so I'll pick everything. And I will say, okay. And look at what it says. It says 231 duplicate values found and removed. 125 unique value remains. Do you understand now? So if I click OK now, out of that 365, I have only 125 left. The rest, they are duplicates and it has been removed. They have been filtered out. So that's one way which you can use to remove duplicate in Excel. That's the duplicate remover tool. And then I will I will Control Z because I want to have the original data set again. And like I said, you need to have a duplicate of it. So that's one way. Then another way is Another way is that when you use your pivot table, then use your pivot table to remove duplicates. Now let's see how it works. Now, just go to your data set, click on it, go to Insert, and click on Pivot Table. And then automatically your data should be selected, everything. You can put it in new worksheet, or you can have it in existing worksheet. So I would rather have it in existing worksheet. I will have it here. And then I will now click on the location. I will click here. This is where I want to have it. And then I will click OK. And then this pivot table field will pop up on the right-hand side of your screen. And then you can now begin to put in your values. For example, the staff ID will come to rows. And then immediately you put it, automatically, the pivot table will remove all duplicates. And all the value that will be left will be unique values only. We are still going to talk about pivot table today. But that's one way in which you can use to remove duplicate. You can use your pivot table. You can see that the count here is about 126 plus this. So if we leave out the grand total, we are going to have 125, which is correct with the one we did earlier. So automatically, the pivot table has filtered out all duplicates in that data set. So that's another way of getting rid of duplicates in your
Please, sir, can
data
you
set.
run through this pivot table again?
Okay, all right.
Thank you,
Although we
sir.
are still going to talk about pivot table, but let me go through it again. Now, I said click on your data set, anywhere in the data set, go to Insert, click on Insert, and then this is pivot table. Click on pivot table, and then you have it. So your data should be automatically selected. And if it is not selected, make sure you capture everything. You can select everything. For example, this is what I mean. Let's say your data is not selected. So I can now select everything and click here and highlight down, highlight capture everything like this. And then you see that everything has been captured. Now, if you want it in a new worksheet, you click on new worksheet. But if you want it in an existing worksheet like this one now, I want it here in this existing worksheet. So I'll simply click existing worksheet. And then I'll click here. I will click where I want my data to be. And then I will click OK. And then the pivot table field will pop up. So you now begin to pick some of the headers and drag them to rows and values, depending on what you want to do. For example, we can pick our staff ID now and drag it to rows. Automatically, it will pop up. Now, when it pop up like this, all duplicate in this staff ID, automatically it has been removed. That's been removed. So how do I know that? And the reason why I know is that if you check the staff ID column and you highlight everything, the count is 356. That's the count. Now, if you check the values that our pivot table return, check the value. Let's count the value. Let's count the value that our pivot table return. Let's count it. Is 125. Leave out this grand total. So the rest will be 125. So the rest of the data, they are duplicates, and the pivot table has filtered them out. So that's how it works. And that's how you can use your pivot table to remove duplicates. That's another way. Then the fourth way is the unique function. You can use your pivot table, the unique function to remove duplicates. So how does that work? So I'll simply go to the formula. Let's say I want to have my result here. I'll simply say equals to unique, type unique. This is unique, equals to unique. This is unique. Unique, and it says array. Now go to your data set. Go to your data set and capture everything. Capture everything, your data set, and then press enter. And then you see that the unique function has filtered out all duplicates. So the one you see here, they are unique values. Let me count the number. From here, the highlight down, you see also that it is 125, just as we got in the previous pivot table that we did. So it's 125. So the unique value, as the unique function has filtered out all duplicates in our data set, and everything you see here, they are unique values. And this is what we need to work with. And that is how you remove duplicates in Excel. I hope that is clear. So,
Yes, sir.
all right, thank you, ma. So we go to pivot table. Yeah, let's talk about pivot table today. Let's start with our pivot table. Now, pivot table, when you talk about pivot table, you are talking about is a tool in Excel that is used for summarization. You want to summarize, quick summary. Pivot table is very good and it's very useful. You don't have to write formulas, don't have to write anything. You just drag and drop, and it gives you the value you are looking for. So the pivot table is very, very, very useful in Excel. And in most cases, we use it to summarize bulky data, large data set. And that's what you use the pivot table for. So let's see an example. Now, this example that we have here is in your assignment tasks. So I will not do this one. I will expect you to look at all these questions. I will expect you to answer all these questions using your pivot table. So I will not do this. And then this is the data set you are going to use. This data set is about 1008. It's about 1008. And then I will expect that use your pivot table and answer all these questions. So using pivot table. Then, but the one I will do is that when you look at this data, let's look at this data together. It's a song data. Now, in the song data, we have the headers are this. We have the song ID, we have the title, we have the artist name, we have the album, that's the title of the album, we have the year release, you have duration, you have tempo, you have loudness, you have loudness. Those are the headers that we have in our song data. And this song data, let's count. This song data, we check the count. It's about 10,000. It's large. It's 10,000. This song data is 10,000, from 1 to 10,000. Now, we want to use pivot table to quickly summarize. And like I said, pivot table will filter out all the duplicates in our data set. That's one thing it does. To filter out all duplicates and give you only the unique values. So let's see how it works in real. So let's use this data and analyze. So I will come here, and then this is what we want to get. We have our year release, number of song release, average tempo, average loudness, average duration, sum of song duration, and maximum tempo. Those are what we want to get using our pivot table. Now, all these, you can also use them. You can also get them using your formulas in Excel. But first, you want to use our pivot table to get all these analysis. So we are going to have our answers here in this place. I hope you are following.
Very well, sir.
All right, thank you. So we go back. Yeah, so I will go to my data set. I will go to insert and click on pivot table, and then it has captured everything. Are you getting me? So it has captured everything. And then I'll click on new worksheet. I'll come here. Since I click on new worksheet, I'll click where I want my data to appear, this place, and I'll click on OK. And then I have the P4 table feed here on the right hand side. So what I need now is to just drag and drop. So the song ID, I'll drag it to the rows, and then I have all my song ID here in the rows. And then the next one we want to get is the number of song release. Number of song release. So I will come here again. Are you there?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
But
All right. So let's get the number of song release. So we'll get the number of song release. We already have our year release. Is already here. Now that's our song ID. Now we now have what we want to get next is our uh, number of song release. Number of song release. So how are we going to get that? How are we going to get that? So we can pick the song ID. You can pick any of the stuff here, and then we change the field. For example, let me pick the year. Or let me pick the song ID. I can pick the song ID and drag it to the values like this, and then I will change the setting. Click on this icon. I will change this value fit setting. I'll click here, and I'll change it to count. I will change it to count. I will click OK, and then it tells me that for this song ID 1, the number of song release is 1. For this song ID 2, the number of song release is also 1. So some of you can see that everything is unique. You see all the values that is unique. So we don't have duplicate in our data set again, because the P4 table has filtered them out. Then we go to, let's see our table again. Now say average tempo. So come here, pick tempo. This is tempo. Change it to, drag it to the values and change the settings. This is average tempo. Click here, click value fit settings and change it to average, because average is what we want to find. Change it to average. Click OK. And then you see that that's given us the average tempo of all our songs. And then the next one after the average tempo, we check here is average loudness. We want to get the average loudness of our songs. So you come to this feed here and pick loudness and drag it to where you have the values. And then change it to average. Value fit setting, change to average, because that's what we want to find. And click OK. And then you have the average loudness of all our songs. And then the average duration. This is the one we want to get again, the average duration. So let's see how the P4 table will assist us in getting it. So you come to duration, drag it to the values, change the settings. This is duration, duration. Change the settings, value fit settings, change it to average, click OK, and then you have our average duration. After the average duration, we have sum of song duration. Sum of song duration. So what do? We come here, we pick the duration. This is the duration. We pick the duration again. We pick the duration again. And then you have the sum. It's already there for you. Sum of song duration. So we don't have to change anything. Value fit setting. What we want is sum. And then it's okay for us. So you have the sum of song duration. And then the last one is maximum tempo. Maximum tempo. So you come again to your feed, pick the tempo. This is the tempo. Pick it again, drag it to the values, and then change the settings, value fit settings. Pick it this way, and change it to maximum. You want maximum and click OK. And then you have it. And then you close your pivot table. And then you see within just about 3 minutes now, with pivot table, without writing any formula at all, that's actually helped us to analyze all our song data, and you have the result. You can see. If you check the result, you see that it is only the unique values that it returns. If you check the count, sorry, let me only highlight just one row. Yeah. You highlight, if you check it, you have your data set. You have our data set. So that's how it works anyway. So do we understand that?
Ah,
It's very
uh, my very first issue is, the data sets you used,
yeah.
how the pivot table now appeared on this particular sheet is the very first issue that I had.
Okay. It's not difficult. I said, like, for
Mm,
example, if you have this is the data we use for our pivot table.
yes.
Now, if you want to have it, for example, if I click on insert uh pivot table, sorry, pivot table, and then if you click on existing worksheet, click on existing worksheet and go to the worksheet where you want your table to appear.
Okay.
Do you
Okay.
understand? So in this
Yes.
case, I
Yes.
want my stuff to appear here. I just click in
Yes.
this place. Yeah.
Oh,
So that's what I did.
okay.
So let me
Okay.
quickly correct something here. Oh, okay. Let me quickly correct. Yeah. So we, yeah. So like just like this. This is what I mean. Uh, just click here. Go to insert and click on pivot table. It has captured everything. Go to existing worksheet and go to where you want your stuff to appear. Click where you want it and click OK. And then it will show up like this. So you now begin to analyze. Now begin to analyze. For
Okay.
example,
Okay.
year release, put it here, have everything. The all the, just fill it, and then everything should be fine. So we have our year release. You can see that this is what I'm talking about, duplicate. It has actually filtered out all the duplicate in our year release. You can see it. So we only have 17. That song data is 10,000. And out of that 10,000 is only 17 that are not duplicate. The rest are duplicate. And automatically, our pivot table has filtered out everything for us. So the pivot table is very useful for if you want to summarize large data set with Microsoft Excel. So I will expect you to look at this question and then answer some of these questions using pivot table. For example, if you look at this data, you have the order ID, you have the order date, you have the order quantity, sales, ship mode, profit, unit price, customer name, customer segment, product segment, product segment. So how do we go about this question now? You simply say, for example, this question says, what is the total sales revenue for each product category? Now I want to use our pivot table. You simply click on your data set, go to insert, click on pivot table, and it has captured everything. Click on existing worksheet and location. So I want to have my answer in this place, and then click OK. Now, what is our question? Our question says, what is the total sales revenue for each product category? What is the total sales revenue for each product category? So what do? You look for product category. Product category. This is a product. Do you have product category here? Yeah, we should have it. Yeah.
Yes, we have it.
Product category. So drag it to the rows. And then you see in that data set, we have only 3 product categories. We have furniture, office supply, and technology. Those are the 3 product categories that we have. And then the question says we want to find the sales revenue. So go to the header again and look for sales. This is sales. Drag it to the values. And then you have the sum. It is okay like this. So it means that you have answered question 1. So you can see from using P4 table, you simply know the profit from furniture, the sales from furniture, sales from office supply, and sales from technology. We have answered question 1. And if you want to answer question 2, say what is the total order quantity for each product category? So we already have our product category here. You simply look for order quantity, drag it to the values. Instead of sum, change it to count, because the question says we want to count. It said, what is the total order quantity? We want to count. So change this place, the value field setting, change it to count instead of sum, and click OK. And then you see. So from the data set, furniture, the total quantity ordered is 208, office supply is 556, and technology is 243. So, and that is how you drag and drop to feed and some other stuff, and then you are able to answer all the questions. So that is what I expect that you should do. This is just an example. So I will stop here. And then that is about P4 table. We'll make reference to it when we go forward. Now, we now move to math and statistics in Excel. We are already at advanced level, but the math and statistics that I want to teach you is just basic. We have the advanced one here, which we are going to do. So, in this case, we have this data set. And then we have this function that we want to look at: the max function, the mean function, average function, count function, the count A function, the count blank, the large, the small, the rank. Those are the ones that we want to quickly look at so quickly. Now, when you talk, I hope you can hear me, everyone.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
All right.
sir.
So when you talk about the max function, it can be used when you want to get the largest value from a set of values. Let's say you have set of value and you want to quickly identify which one is the largest. Then you use the max function. So look at this question. It says, calculate the maximum salary earned in the organization. Now, in this organization, we have the staff ID, the name of the staff, email, whatever, and then you have the monthly salary. Now, we want to quickly identify in this column, in this monthly salary column, which one is the largest. We want to identify the largest salary in the organization. So you quickly use your max function to get that. And then you simply say equals to max. And then it says the number, just highlight the column that you want to reference top to bottom. And then you click OK. And then it should give you your answer. So in this organization, the largest salary is $9,943,000. That's the largest salary that the organization is paying. I've been able to identify. Now, the mean function is the opposite of the max. You want to get the smallest values from the set of values. You use the mean function. So look at this question that says, what is the minimum pay rate in the organization? This is our column for pay rate. This is the monthly salary. This is pay rate. So we want to identify the minimum in that organization. So you simply say equals to mean, and then you reference your column top to bottom, and then you press enter. So you see, this is the minimum pay rate, $100. $100.20 is the minimum pay rate in that organization. And then the count. Count is used. We want to count the number of cells that contain numbers. We want to count the number of cells that contain numbers. That is when you use the count. So, question says, count the number of employees in the organization. Now, in this data, we have, this is our staff ID. So we want to count how many staff do we have in this organization. Then we use our count function. So we say equals to count. We say count, and then you make reference to the cells that you want to count from here down, and then you click enter. You press your enter, and then you say 117. So in that organization, we have 117 staff in that organization, 117. That's the count. Count is just if you want to count the number of cells that contain numbers. But if you want to count other things, you don't use the count. You use the count A. The count A. It can count containing any type of information, including error value, empty text, and so others like that. But the count A does not count empty cells. Does not count empty cells. For example, look at this header. If you want to use formula to count this header, you cannot use your count. You use your count A. For example, we say equals to count, and you highlight this header to give an error to not count. You cannot use count for this, but you can use the count A. So you can say equals to count A. This is count A, and then just highlight whatever you want to count and press enter, and it says 9. And if you count our header, truly, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and it returns 9. So that's how it works. So the count A, we count all cells as long as the cell is not empty. It can count it. Then the count blank, we've talked about the count blank when we started, that you can use the count blank to count the number of empty cells in a range. And then this one says count the number of employee without an employee ID. So simply say equals to count blank, and then you reference this employee ID column, and then you press enter. And then it says 0, which means that all our employees have employee ID. So that's what the count blank does. Then large function. That is, you want to get the largest value from a cell or array. You can have an array, and you want to quickly get the largest value. You can use the large function. So look at this question. Say identify the third highest salary in the organization. Identify the third largest salary in the organization. So this is our salary column. In this salary column, we want to identify the third highest. Who is collecting the third highest salary? That's what we want to identify. So you simply say equals to large, and then it says the array. This is our array. And then you press your comma. And then you put 3. That is, you want to identify the third. 3. Put 3 and press enter. And then you have the largest salary in that, the third largest salary in that organization. That's how you use your large function. And then the small is the opposite of large. So let's identify the smallest, the second lowest salary in the organization. Who's going to help us with that? Yeah, someone should unmute and help us.
Okay, sir, we will type small equals to small.
Small, yeah.
Then we'll open the from inside the bracket. We'll highlight the value, our array.
Our array, the salary column. Okay.
Yes, the salary column.
Yeah, we'll press our comma.
Then press our comma. Then we'll press the. You said the smallest, sir.
The second smallest. Second smallest.
Second smallest.
Yeah.
If you use the 3 for the third,
Yeah.
I don't know how you get this second smallest.
Is the number now? Second is 2.
2, okay.
Yeah, 2. So just put 2, and then you press enter, and then you have it. So this is the second smallest, lowest salary in that organization. So you may want to find the 10th one, the 11th one, doesn't matter. Just know what you want to do, and then you'll be able to do it. So let me take this rank function, and then we go for like 5 minutes break. So rank. Now the rank can be used when you want to rank a number against a list of numbers. You want to rank a number against a list of numbers, and then you use the rank function. Now look at this question that says calculate the position of employee with ID 1580 in terms of salary from the highest down. Now this employee, the employee ID is 1580. Now I want to calculate his position in terms of salary in the organization. You know, in an organization, you have the CEO who is possibly earning the largest salary, and then you have the to the list of the staffs. So this guy, this employee with ID 1580, want to actually identify his position in terms of salary in the organization, and that's what we want to do. So who can help us? Who's going to help us? Are you there?
Yes, sir, we are here.
All right.
Yeah, yes, sir.
All right, who's going to help us? They want to rank. We are doing ranking. So we want to rank this employee 1580. I want to see his position in the organization. So how do we go about it? We want to rank.
Equals to rank. I don't know if I'm...
Are you sure? All right, so let's go this way. Now, the first thing you can do is that, first of all, identify who is this person, the staff ID 1580. So let's identify who is this person with ID 1580. We don't know, so we filter. Apply our filter and put 1580. Sorry, 1580. And then you have it, and then you click OK. And then we see the details of that employee. This is the details of that employee. And then this is the salary of that employee. His salary is $8,275. That's the salary. And that's the salary we want to rank in terms of, we want to find out what is the position of that salary in that organization. Don't forget that that organization have about 125 staff. I want to find out what is the position of this salary in that organization, and that's what we want to do. So let's take note of the amount this guy is earning, and then let's also take note of the cell number containing the amount. The cell number is if you check the box, the name box is a I-31. Am I right? That's the cell number I-31. So I will just clear the filter. I'll clear the filter, and then we go back to our original question. So we now say equals to rank, and then it says the number. The number we want to rank is the one in I-31. You can click on it, you can reference it. This is it, I-31. That's the number we want to rank. And then press your comma, and then it says the reference. So we highlight everything in our monthly salary column, top to bottom, and then you click OK. And then it returned 25, which means that employee with staff ID 1580, his position in terms of salary is 25 in that organization. And that's how you do your ranking. And then with that, I will stop the recording and then we take a few minute break before we conclude.